Hello? Hello? Nope, nope, not, nope, nope. Don't touch that. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. Oh my gosh, why are you like this? You guys can hear me, right? But you can't see me, can ya? Yeah! There I am. Nope, no, oh my god. Okay, all right. Look, I'm trying to give you a good introduction, but you're not having it. This is Maya. She's the reason I can't get any work done today. It's a new kitty. The reason I can't get anything done. It's the reason tomorrow's video is gonna be a like throwback. Kitty has absorbed my day. But we gotta let her know, you know, it's her first day in the house. It's important. Hey, it's important that you understand this is a content creation household. Yeah, you gotta get to work and pay these bills. Ain't that right? Maya. I wanted Jinx. As an Arcane fan, I was pushing for Jinx. But we did not get Jinx. Maya's about 12 weeks old. She had a little seizure when she was like 3 weeks old. So people have been afraid to adopt her. But I do not know fear. She walks a little sideways with her head like this. It's really cute. She's very adorable. So yeah. We're gonna get some cat time on the channel, right? You're a car person? I'm definitely not a car person. I'm not much of a cat person either. I love my dog, my Ember. Ember, the guardian of the dojo. But Emmy loves this kitty. And I'm allowing myself to like this kitty. My wife is very much kitty person. Whoa, kitty go crazy. All right. Take it. Go outside. Go on. Get outside with you. Not actually outside, just the home. Oh my goodness. Cats are for children and old women. Bro. That's pretty harsh. Well, I happen to live with a woman. I won't call her old. She punched me. I don't know, man. There's something about a guy, a masculine, manly man, who can take care of a dog and a cat. You know? Who can take care of an entire diverse family. It's a man's, might not be like your definition of a man's man, but that's a man. So, shout out to all the cat people. Shout out to all the dog people. Why not both? Why not both? Besides, this frickin' men don't clean kitty litter. Neither do I. Wait, what? We have something called a litter robot. We have a palace for poop for our cats. They are spoiled rotten. Spoiled rotten. Yeah, it's a robot that handles the litter. I need to watch your I'm retiring video. Well, good news. I'm out of retirement to do this stream. And talk about my new cat. I don't know. No, I'm because of this adorable kitty, I can't get my work done. I can't get my work done. I'm way behind. I have decks that need to be made for the worst possible. So we've gotta build some decks. What is this stream title? Do you want to trigger me on purpose? I don't know. What is my stream title? Hold up. Worst possible deck building. Oh. The worst possible is my commander show, and I'm building a commander deck for it. I'm pretty sure that'll lose a few of you right away, but here we are. We work. All right, I was waiting until my wife finished the vacuum cleaner on the stairs. I don't know if you guys can hear it through the mic, but it usually bleeds through a little bit. It looks like she might be done. All right, Drug Wizard, thank you very much for 30 months. Bezos bucks, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming out of retirement for a stream. I got you. I think we had some members too. Yep, we had Brandon Frank became a Cool Kids Club member on YouTube. Brandon, you're cool. That Kethis has become a member. Kethis, welcome to the Cool Kids Club. You're cool as well. I'm glad some of you guys can't hear the vacuum cleaner. It's a certain frequency. I can tell if I'm really listening for it. So now that it's done, we don't have to worry. Is the deck going to be on an episode? I think so. Otherwise, I'm gonna waste my time here today, and I hate wasting time. It makes me angry. So angry. But yeah, it's not, if you're looking for a CGB plays game, CGB not playing a game today. CGB building deck. CGB go lo-fi. Covert go lo-fi. Means I should probably go nerd glasses. Hi. I'm here to be your judge. Strider Stone? What are you? You just messaged me on the Twitter machine and I haven't read it yet. Let's do Covert goes through DMs. Oh, it's cute. Oh my God, you guys, stop saying nice things to me over the internet. I'm not retiring, I'm just going through some stuff, and I will retire someday, that is a fact. It's just about the factors. It's the reason why people need to know that there's gonna be some changes around here to the content, and it's literally for the channel's survival, you know? It's not because I don't love them. So yeah, I appreciate that you guys are like saying all this nice stuff to me. You guys, come on. You guys are sweet. Thank you. Hung Drizzt 187 has become a member. Homebrewed has become a member. Hung Drizzt and Homebrewed, you're cool. A little awkward, but why are you making YouTube titles give you heart attacks? I'm just trying to make you feel something. I'm getting you to give a damn. You should be you're welcome, you know? I played with a few titles. Eventually the one that stuck that I knew would actually get people to watch the video is the one I went with. And One thing I've learned as a YouTuber, I can't be afraid to trigger you guys now and then. Did I hear you can be bribed to make commanders? Wrong. It takes a special day. Today is not that day. All right, guys, what are we gonna build? What are we gonna build? So many freaking cards, right? So many freaking cards. You know what a good way to get an idea for what to build is? There's a little site called EDH Rec. It's net decking by committee, by crowdsourcing for Commander. And what we're going to use it for today is to copy our entire freaking deck. No, that's not what we're doing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try to figure out what is the most popular, what is the stuff people are looking forward to the most from the new set. That's the thing I need to know as a content creator today. As the person in charge of the Commander show, what are people into? What are they thinking about, you know? And here's your top commanders. Elite. Best of the best. At least in the last month, what are people building, right? And obviously in the last month, you're not going to see many of the new ones up there because they're not out. But look what's number one. This is number one. I opened 4 booster boxes, 4 collector booster boxes. I don't have this card. I don't have it. Not a single copy. Someone said, is this right? It's only in pre-release kits? It's only in pre-release. I can't get it, but I spent so much money. Have you guys seen this card? This card is going to be standard legal. I didn't see this in my set review, I don't think. Is this a standard legal card? Can you guys confirm? I think it says on it on Scryfall it is. It's not. Are you sure? Are you sure? Karlov Manor, full preview. We go down here, there's it says, you see the thingy it says it's legal in standard right there. Legal in standard. It's not legal in draft. What? What do you mean it's not legal in draft? What are you talking? Of all the things you can't play this in, you can play everything in draft, right? I don't understand what. This is, I retire for like one day and this is what happens to Magic. Man, they need me. All right, so this is in the pre-release promo packs. It is not in booster packs. It's not legal in booster draft because it's literally not in any packs. You can't open it. It's not legal in sealed because you can't open it. But it is legal in standard, and the only way to get it is by going to a pre-release? Is that right? You cannot open this in any kind of pack? Nizel, thank you for 36 months on Twitch. Appreciate you. Have you seen this fucking card? This, remember, like Nexus of Fate was a box topper. Look at this card. Vuja, Jaws of the Conclave. 2 red, green, white. Vigilance, trample, ward 3. Ward 3. And you might be like, it's a 5-drop CGB, and I play that standard. Whenever this attacks, put X counters on each creature you control, where X is the number of elves you control. I mean, do elves suck? Elves are good, right? There's various good elves. Draw a card for each wolf you control. That seems for sure in like Commander that's busted. Standard, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. We'll have to find out. But it counts itself. On its own, it attacks and draws a card on its own. Just no help. So then you get a few other elves that maybe make mana and ramp into this. Like we have the Nissa, right? We have the 3/3 landfall Nissa. We have Eyes of Gaia, right? Gwenna's an elf. There's some elves, right? Elves exist. But it does sound like a commander card. It's just, I think this is a busted commander card. Think about all the elves and wolves in history. You're not gonna find a ton of wolves, but the fact that it's elves, man. X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is the number of elves you control. Every time it attacks. That's absolutely insane. It's Craterhoof in the command zone. And if you play Commander, you know Craterhoof is fucked up. And it hands up in the chat if you've ever died to a Craterhoof. It's missing the best 2 colors in Magic. Yeah, I know. I'm probably not playing this. Those of you who watch the Commander show, who plays this? Yeah, look at the body count for Craterhoof in the chat. Yeah, who plays this? Who gets to run this beastie? Is it me? Is it Blake? Is it Ben? Is it Gina? Is it Shay? Sure feels like a Shay card to me. Ben would love it. But think about it. It does draw cards. If Blake or I were gonna play Naya, we'd probably play this. This is literally a commander for everyone. It draws cards, you guys. It doesn't like reveal a card from the top of your library. If it's a creature, you may put it into your hand. It just draws cards. It's no wonder this is like the highest up the list. I am so mad I don't have this. I am legitimately like tilted that I don't own one of these after spending like $1,000 on the set. 2 other pre-release toppers. I haven't looked at them. They can't be this good. If they were this good, I'd have heard about them like I heard about that card. Tomic, Wielder of Law, 1 Orzhov, 2/4 Human Advisor, Mythic, Affinity for Planeswalk. For what? For Planeswalkers? Flying Vigilance. Whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you, it's a commander card, that opponent loses 3 life and you draw. The Affinity for Planeswalkers is such a bait because like it's only only 1 Planeswalker, right? It's Affinity because Ral is his boyfriend. Yes, that is a lore fact. What the heck? Why is the $25 one not foil and it's only $6 for the foil? Crazy. It saves commander tax. That's true. It's cheaper if you have like 3 Planeswalkers in play. You don't have to pay a commander tax. It's just a little protection. I'm not really I'm not really feeling Orzhov Super Friends, man. I don't think so. Just a reminder, guys, if you're going to participate a lot in chat, make sure you refresh like about every 5 minutes so you don't fall behind the basically the chat feed, because it's really kind of awkward when somebody replies, "I've lost a crater hoof," 10 minutes after the conversation moved on. We want you with us. Join us. Just hit refresh every now and then. I don't know why it falls behind. Maybe it's part of the multi-streaming thing. What's this card? Melik Reforged Researcher. Blue, red, 3. Star weird detective. Its power and toughness are each equal to twice the number of instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard. That's big. The first instant or sorcery spell you cast each turn costs 3 less. 1 mana factor fiction? Every turn? Sign me up. Oh, I could pop off with that. The problem with this card, Blake's gonna want it. This is such a Blake card, man. You guys feel that? Blake loves Izzet. He loves Izzet in a way I never liked Izzet. Show and tell for 1 mana? Gross. Time warp becomes time walk. Sick, man. Now this is standard legal? Man, it's definitely a commander card though. It's definitely a commander card. All right, so I didn't see that one get super popular. Let's look again. Most popular new commander is this Wolfie thing. Let's go past week. Yeah, Voja is the only thing cracking the top 6. So Alquist Prof I already built. I'm a little concerned. I will show you why. Commanders, sets, murders. We go into murders. We can get just the rank, like the number of decks built for these cards. I got Alquist Prof. I finished it on the drive up to pick up our new kitten today. As you can see, the Prof ain't popping off with the people. Alquist here has only 88 decks built for his greatness. And it looks like that's not quite, that's like just inside like top 15, top 20 of the new commanders. He's not getting built as much as everything else. Show the kitty. I did. Kitty was in here a little while ago. Maybe the kitty will make a new appearance before the stream ends, I'm sure. I already built the deck, so we're gonna play it. But and you can make a joke about we're slower, you know, but it doesn't appear, despite being Sphinx's Rev in the command zone, this doesn't appear to be absolutely popping off yet. Keep in mind, no one is playing him in gameplay videos too. All the hype from content creators goes to Anzrag, Voja, etc. Right. So me and the 88 people who have built Alquist Prof decks are gonna love the video. I'm shooting a little higher than 88 views. Benjamin Tanner, welcome back to the Cool Kids Club. You're cool. See you in Chicago? You know it. I booked my travel to Chicago. Aren't you proud of me? I adulted. Still, I'm excited about this deck. You guys want to see? You want a sneak peek before we start building something new? You want to look at how Covert Go Blue, the greatest of all the blue mages, builds with Sphinx's Rev in the command zone? Yes, you do. Of course you do. We will find it. It is somewhere in the Mox field. we doing? Spacing is hard. It's a little bit, you could go a little this way, right? That's about right. You guys can tell everything. So you want more clues, but you don't want too many more clues. You want just enough so that you get about 2 or 3 revs. You need to basically have a rev anytime you need it, but getting a Sphinx's rev is what I'm going to call it when you use the ability to sack a clue and draw X cards and gain X life. You want to have that available to you in the game. You want like a baby rev early maybe, and then a big one later to really tie up the game. You want it available when you need it, but you don't want to build your whole deck around it, because if all you're doing is tapping out to draw a whole bunch of cards, you know, like you're not affecting the board. So we are trying to also control the board. You might notice a few other things in the deck. Yorian. That's one way to reinvestigate. Brago is a way to reinvestigate. Would Panharmonicon be good? No. Think about it. 2 clues? 2 clues aren't a big deal. You just need 1 to draw a whole bunch of cards. You don't need like a billion clues lying around. You know what I mean? We're not trying to make 100 clue tokens. I think that anybody who's building the deck thinking about how many clues they can make should run something else. They should run Tivit, you know? Does Will not fit into the deck? Will is interesting. I don't think that you can bank on doing a bunch of stuff the same turn that you draw a bunch of cards, because you just don't make that much mana. What about Roaming Throne? Same problem. Like, we don't need more clues. We need to fire off this big activated ability right about the time people are starting to get near their end game, but not quite there, so that we have the answers we need. Hefty amount of board wipes. Exactly. It's a control deck. When you're trying to grind out 3 other players, you need massive card advantage, you need enough time to actually do it, and you need to not die. Hence, all kinds of nasty ways to blow up their stuff. I like Time Wipe to reset my Proft. It's kind of fun. Lisa Bradley just became a member. Lisa! Welcome to the Cool Kids Club. You're cool. Mighty Java Beam became a member. Thank you. Oh my gosh, look at the memberships today are kind of off the chain, guys. I appreciate you. Are there any flicker effects? Not a ton. You want just a little. I think the Yorian and the Brago make sense. And then I've got down here some of the cards you haven't seen yet. I've got Touch the Spirit Realm, which I think is a good one. And to protect ourselves, a number of cards like Propaganda, Ghostly Prison, I think are pretty good. A few doublers on the draw, which I think is more effective than doubles on the ETB, like Panharmonicon. We got the Ageless Insight. We've got Alhamrat's Archive. Those will both double up on the draw. Yeah, control is hard in EDH. It really is. Blue-white control particularly so. So you want a lot of like cheap interaction for individual things trying to mess with you. You need enough counter spells for the spells that try to go over the top. You need the board wipes for the massive armies that build up, just waiting for your Ghostly Prison to go away. And you need to keep the cards flowing. It's actually really hard. Tezzeret's fine, but I don't want it to just get attacked. It doesn't do anything really on its own. I don't like its abilities outside of cracking clues, which if I'm going to sack a clue, I don't actually want to sack them to draw often. I want to sack them to Proft. I want to draw a bunch with them. That's why we don't make a ton of clues. What is the win con? Well, it's nothing. It's nothing for you green mages, that's for sure, because it's not as simple as cast Crater Hoof and attack. It's actually pretty complicated. You've got to take your opponent's best shots, pile up tons of cards in your hand thanks to no max hand size type effects like Seagate Restoration, And then you can start focusing on massive ways to kill the opponent with cards like Knowledge is Power, which is creatures get +X/+X, where X is the number of cards you've drawn this turn. But it does win. It does not combo. It does not approach the second sun. It does not Thassa's Oracle. It does win in the red zone. So we have to beat them down with buffs from Knowledge is Power, giant dream trawlers, things of that nature. There is a white crater off. Oh, I know. You can use that at WinCon. Oh, I am aware of its existence. Something about it doesn't seem as good when combined with 5 board wipes. Something about it doesn't seem good. Is approach a salty WinCon? It is, apparently. You know how many people have said nasty things to me because of Approach of the Second Sun? More than I thought reasonable. Is Ominous Sea too slow? It is too slow. So yeah, I'm excited to try the deck. It's certainly a deck for somebody who wants to settle in and play a nice long game. Most of what you will do to be successful will not make some players comfortable. You need to be aware that for the most part, you let your opponents do a good amount of things and take each other out, trying not to draw your ire or pay for propaganda or trigger search for the premises or draw a counterspell or whatever. So you let them have a lot of their very powerful things, take each other out, you clean it up with board wipes or really good spot removal, and then you pick them off. Yeah, it is a Chad move. You've got to play, the key to this deck actually working, honestly, is that nobody thinks you're the threat. You have to be comfortable playing in second or third place the whole time. No heuristic study or smothering tithe. Yeah, so this is actually an interesting talking point for people who play and watch Commander. I'm working on, and I haven't talked it over with the whole cast yet, so I don't know if it'll stick. This might not happen, but I'm personally working from a place of trying to build decks that are like a 6 power level or a 9 power level as my 2 targets. Nice. 6s or 9s. The 6s, and this is based on a few podcasts some of you may have heard. Goldfish did Is That Casual podcast, and Command Zone did Cards That Change the Power Level of Your Deck podcast. So kind of combining those together into one semi like ban list. There's a number of cards that should go in here if you're trying to build the best version of the deck, like Heuristic Study or Smothering Tithe. And there's a bunch of staples like Esper Sentinel and Force of Will and Mana Drain. But the problem with all of those is they basically take up all the space in the deck, and like, why am I even playing a new commander if I just have all the same cards I always have? So I built this with the 6 target in mind, not playing a lot of those staples, and I have a whole list of them on a note on my phone. So I have a number of cards I'm just not running in this deck for the sake of running a different type of deck. And the way I'm trying to approach it is, if I have a blast and this is a ton of fun, then maybe I'll upgrade it to the 9 version of the deck and play that in the future at some point. So that's the approach with the deck building right now, and why you don't see Smothering Tithe, Heuristic Study, all the things that just trigger the comments to go into a frickin' tizzy because they're mad that card be expensive or powerful. Cyclonic Rift made that list. The One Ring made that list. Do you go for 6 decks when you play on your podcasts and your TCC visits? Do you go for 6 decks? Oh, well, I mean, it's a new concept. This is the first I've tried. So it's a little bit much to put on me right now. Is this what you do all the time, when it's literally my first attempt? Valerian Community College. I have never been on that show. You might be thinking of something else. 9 is too try hard. See, I think 9 is more fun. I think 9s are more fun, but you know, it's a matter of taste. I don't like cutting the Jeweled Lotus and Mana Crypt. What I love about the fast mana and the tutors, especially like Enlightened Tutor, what I love about those for content is you get to what I think is the good part of your game faster, you know? Like you skip like the turns that's like, oh, turn 1, Scryland, turn 2, Signet, turn 3, Commander, turn 4, stuff. And you get right into stuff most of the time. So is 9 like CDH level? It's right below it. 10s are CEDH. I watched a YouTube video about how you're feeling. Well, I mean, yeah. Feeling is hard, but here we are. It's okay. Now we get content of me trying to deck build. So anyway, this deck is done, but it gives you an idea of what we're trying to do. We want to build a good 6, a nice good 6 that hopefully doesn't run smack into a 9. You play and want to play CEDH? No, that goes too far for me. I might at some point. CEDH feels too samey at all times. By the way, shout out really quick. We have more members. Oh my gosh. Load 6, Jose Gomez, Doubles, and Thomas. Thank you all. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club. Oh, Thomas is a subscriber. Good job subscribing. Power level is so subjective though. I mean, yeah, no. I think that I strongly encourage the Command Zones podcast on cards that change the power level of your deck to understand it from a card by card basis of what kind of does that. It's just most people aren't willing to have that long of a conversation or look at all their cards in their deck. It leads to analysis paralysis and makes people feisty. Are there good Dimir cards? So that's one of the ones I'm curious on. Anyway, let's get back to picking our second commander, because the number 2 up here is Judith, Carnage Connoisseur. Tarek, thank you for the sub over here on Twitch. You're cool. Judith is pretty good. There's also the Quake Mole. I think this is a Ben card. That's my, I think this is a Ben card. So here's a few on this page. I'm kind of surprised there are monocolor commanders here. Massacre Girl, I didn't think would be up this high being monocolor. Or Delny, I thought both of them would be lower. So that's curious. Aurelia is definitely not me. That's Boros. Who put in chat who you think Aurelia goes to, and so I know what you're talking about. Put Aurelia goes to name on the show, because I do have this on my list, but I wasn't sure who to give it to, who to assign it to. The crew says it's like homework assignments when the new commanders come out, because you know they work and have other things to do, so they don't know what all the new cards do. So I'm the one who usually assigns the decks. Aurelia goes to Gina. Aurelia goes to Shay. I'm not surprised. That sounds very Boros-y. Very, very Boros. Okay, this stupid freaking... What is this card? Right? What the heck are we doing here? Pride of the Whole Clade, 11 mana, Crocodile Elk Turtle, X less for X's toughness, Defender, 215 booty. And then for 4 mana, until end of turn, it gets +1/+0, and whenever this deals combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its toughness? It can draw 15 cards? Who do you... I haven't assigned this one yet. It's Simic. I hate Simic. Like, who do you think plays this? Who plays Pride of the Whole Clade on the show? You think it's Blake? You predict Blake? Memers. I mean, Blake, I don't know if I think the latest video is out. Blake says that this is the year of Timmy Blake. He says he's going me this year. Ben. I could see Ben on this card. It does require like really specific cards. I'm a little curious, to be honest. Like, I don't have a lot of these cards lying around. What I do have, should I show this to you? Second. I've wanted to play this card for a long time. I really want to get this card on the show. I really do. You are looking at a Sharix, the Raging Isle, signed by LVD. Because I guess he likes crabs. Maybe I should get him on the show and have him play it himself. LVD signed my Sharix. I know. Isn't that cool? Then he'd have to be on camera. A guy can dream, can he? Dude, there's so many weird cards in this deck. Like, look at all these weirdo cards. Like, I don't have a Tree of Redemption lying around. I'd have to actually, like, order these. Psychosis Crawler. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses 1 life. WinCon, bitches. Oh my goodness. Frosty. I love Frosty though. Oh, throwback Wall of Ice. Anybody else have a Wall of Ice? I have one right over there. I know right where it is. What if it weren't like a toughness matters deck? What if it were just a good stats deck? Because one thing I've learned playing Galta is you don't have to run like the most insane creatures to make Galta cheaper. You just need a lot of good creatures. This card is cool. I don't know if we can build it. I just Assault Formation not in deck. It's right there. I don't think I have one. I'm 99% I don't have an Assault Formation. I'm also concerned that if you play this card, your opponents will just kill your commander, whereas otherwise they might leave it alone, and then you can try to sneak it through, draw the 15 cards, and find another way to win. I honestly feel like if you play this card, you're gonna die. Does that make sense? Like, they won't ignore it if this is on the field. They might ignore it if it's not. Does that make sense? Commander's weird, man. Sometimes you don't play the best card on purpose just so you get to play. Yeah, Simic draw engine instead of a walls matter. That's what I'm thinking about. But it wouldn't be what people expect, and part of Commander, oddly, is giving people what they expect. It's a very interesting audience. The Commander YouTube audience has, they definitely have their own vibe. Judith is cool. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, choose one. That spell gains Death Touch? This card with End the Festivities is busted. Or you can make a 2/2 red imp creature token. When it dies, does 2 to each opponent, which is also pretty good. It's way too expensive. Way too expensive for constructed. But in Commander, yeah, Tectonic Hazard, that's the other End the Festivities card. Oh my god. Destroy it all, baby. I mean, Blasphemous Act with Lifelink and Death Touch is insane, right? Absolutely insane. I think I have this. Do I have a Blazing Volley somewhere? Maybe I do. Now, on the list I already made, I don't have to go with it necessarily. I have Ben playing the Quake Mole. That's his assignment. I was going to assign Massacre Girl to Shay, and I ended up assigning her some other cards. So I think Massacre Girl is open, and I love Mono Black. Adore it. And I mean, this card, you just want to play it so much. I mean, oh my gosh. This with Toxic Deluge or Meat Hook Massacre is kind of wild. Like, you can draw so many cards. But the one I had on the list, the one I was going to play, Atrata. Deadly Fugitive. This is the one that is currently on my assigned to me list. Three mana, 1/4, Death Touch, Vampire Assassin. Face down creatures you control have 4 mana. Turn this face up. If you can't, exile it, and you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage to an opponent, cloak the top card of that player's library. So I'm excited about this, not because of having a bunch of face down creatures. I'm not excited about this because of I want to play a lot of assassins. I'm excited about it because it reminds me of Joda. Joda, the old school one. What's the name of that Joda? The one that lets you cast spells for Wooburg. So Cloak is you take the card that in question is being cloaked, in this case the top card of your library, and you cloak the top card of their library, and now for 4 mana you can cast a spell for free. Yeah, Archmage Eternal. So, like, you get their top card of their library face down, and then you pay 4 mana and you flip it over. And assuming it's not a morph creature, in which case all you did was flip it over for that cost, like morph, cloak, whatever, or disguise. Assuming it's like a spell, let's say it's a Breach the Multiverse, just for fun. You could cast it for free. So basically you can pay 4 mana to get potentially huge spells off your opponent. So I think the idea there is you want to use things that put stuff on top of their deck, like Memory Lapse and what's the one I've just been playing, right? There's the Whale. But what's the one I was just playing with Delve and Khans of Tarkir? I forget the name of it. But you want to use spells that like put the thing on the top of their library, then you steal it, like the biggest thing they have, you put on top of their library, you steal it off the top, and then you can play it for 4 mana. Pay 4 for Play with Fire. Remember, guys, it's not standard. It is not standard. Can you look at cloaked cards if they're owned by someone else? You know, that's a good question. It is under your control. I assume you can look at it. Yeah, Submerge is a good one. Aether Gust is potentially a good one. The more I talk about it, though, it doesn't quite seem as cool as some of the others. Like if we give Blake the crocodile and I could grab the Judith, or I can play Massacre Girl. I could also play this little value fiend here that people seem actually really excited about. Delny Streetwise Lookout? 3 mana 2/2, kind of lame. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. If an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. I don't know though. I don't know that I want to be running like low to the ground mono white. You know? I wouldn't call that exciting. Gary clone? The heck is this? For value, I'm excited for new Lavinia. I don't even know. I didn't know that there's a new Lavinia. It must be in the Commander product. It's not really on the list here. That's bad. You seem to be one of the few excited for Lavinia. I don't see her here at all. It's a Fallout card. Interesting. Yeah, Delny sounds like an absolute star in some other decks, and a Council of the Four for sure. Lavinia's in the Clue product. Okay. Yeah, I haven't even seen those cards. I don't know if I can buy them yet. I'll have to get those cards before I can play them. I don't know. I'm feeling Judy and I'm feeling Massacre Girl. Or the Pride. So Judith, the Pride, or Massacre Girl. What do you guys think? Just throw it at me. Throw your opinion. Remember to refresh. I guess if you hear me say remember to refresh, you might already be behind. Dang, that's a lot of Massacre Girl love. I've seen a few people asking about early access. Wizards has canceled early access. All right, almost nobody for the crocodile. That's interesting. Maybe it's my audience. Yeah, Massacre Girl or Judy is a tough call, right? That's a tough call. There's actually a good number of cool commanders in this set. More than I had realized, that's for sure. Alrighty. Oof. I'm honestly torn. I love mono black though. I have no problem playing mono black. But this deck seems absolutely like a nightmare. Like you drop Judith and you cast End the Festivities and their whole board gets wiped. It's like Spells Matter, Rakdos. Dude, I don't know if I can choose. I don't know if I can choose. I know what to do. I'm gonna go see which one I have a foil of. The real deal breaker. Massacre Girl. Oh, look at that. Foil copy. Ready to cook. Of Massacre Girl. Known killer. Did I do it? You'll have to be more specific. Judy! Cringe. There is an empty spot on the page where Judy should be. No foil. No foil. Massacre Girl. I can't be going out here without a foil, letting all these plebs think they're on my level. I can't do it. Not like this. All right, it's time for a new deck. EDH6. Oh, the 6. We're going for a 6, guys. Get out of here with your big try-hardy cards. Maisha Cannon, thank you for 12 months, a whole year. That should be a new color badge for you of Twitch support. I appreciate you. As a new member, it was pretty cool to watch the bridge video from today. Oh, nice. I also got queued against you twice last night with a mill deck. How'd I do? Did you win? I had a good night overall, but I hit a wall right at the end, and I think it was because I was sleepy. For those who care, this is a spoiler alert for the hot tub video if you haven't watched it. 3, 2, 1. Mute the stream if you think you're gonna watch the hot tub video. For those who care, if you watch that video, I had a pretty tough time. I hit Mythic about like an hour or two later, chilling on the couch with my iPad and my trusty blue-white control deck. If any of you were afraid that I actually didn't get to Mythic that night, I did. I just needed to get my brain out of the heat, and everything was much better. Mono red, what was I thinking? All right. We got black, we got mono black. There, I do. Boom. Cabal coffers. This is one of the things we remove because we're a 6. That does let me run some other cards though. You can unmute now, guys. Tell them in chat they can unmute. Is Skittles in the 99? Ooh, Skittles. How do you spell that? A blight dragon. Yeah, let me have a look. Flying infect gains haste. So it does deal damage in -1/-1 counters. I guess it's interesting. I do have a version I've wanted to show off. I have a serialized Skittles. So that'll probably make the cut just based on that alone. It was actually a very cool night when I did the hot tub thing. Which was nice. Yeah, we gotta have Yawgmoth. Good call there. What's his full name? And why doesn't it come up right away? Grand Physician. What else do we need? We need the OG Massacre Girl, which I think I have to go check. I might not have this. Oh, well, we'll take that too. I think I have a Japanese one. Just a second. I have a binder that's just my cards that are in Japanese. Mostly for the Planeswalkers from War of the Spark, the anime Planeswalkers. Give you a look. Aww. Including the Liliana. The very pricey Liliana. But do I have a Massacre Girl in here? I think I do. From all the War of the Spark Japanese I opened. There she is. There she is. Gonna have to look that up though. Too bad she might, you know, kill her own self. Kind of sad. Toxic Deluge. This feels like a behold my stuff moment. No, if we decide to do that, I have whole videos I can make of behold my stuff. I think about it. You'll know when it happens. Oh, Celebrim Brimbor Ringmaker. Thank you for gifting a sub to Anna Marie. Yay for gifties. Very cool. And thank you for subscribing at tier 1. I appreciate you. My alerts still, like, they're making noise, but some of them still get missed. It's weird. What's your commander channel? It's called The Worst Possible Commander Show. You can also search for Covert Go Crew. You can check the link in every single video description from the last year. Those are all places you can find a link to it. Toxril's Demir. Too bad, huh? Massacre Worm? You heard me. You know what I said. Spitting Dilophosaurus is a must. Oh, look at my cards moment. Hold on. You have to. I'm gonna mention it every freaking chance I get. Every chance I get. Because I love these cards. These cards bring me all the joy. It's the Jurassic Park. It's the stamped version of the Jurassic Park cards. It's a full set of them. I Pokemon the special foiling Jurassic Park cards. So there's your Dilophosaurus, and you see the pretty Jurassic Park stampy thing. That was my Christmas gift to me. I, for some reason, had a hard time explaining to my mom why those are cool. As a new viewer, I appreciate all the different content you put out. Thank you. Well, you're here watching a Commander deck build stream. We'll see if those become a thing, but this is me mostly trying to catch up on work I didn't get done. Do we want to go the -1/-1 counter route? Yes, no, yes. I don't want to be a bad Yawgmoth deck, so like, but at the same time, how do you not run Nest of Scarabs in this, right? Because that's pretty sick. Whenever you put -1/-1 counters on a creature, make that many black insects. So yeah, I think there has to be a good amount of -1/-1 counter. Now I don't know if I own an Arcfiend of Ifnir. This card is cool. And I do need to get one. I don't think there's been many printings. And I don't think I own any of these. Yeah, I do not own one. Bummer. Necro. So Necro is one of the cards I would put in this if I were trying to make a 9. I'm trying to make a 6. What are some of these cards? Midnight Banshee. What do you do? I don't have this. I don't have your like boomer era cards. LK, thank you for 32 months on Twitch, man. I appreciate you. Do I have a Black Sun's Zenith? Whoa. Gift subs. Olerikadef. Rikadef? Olerikadef? Thank you for gifting those subs. That is very, very nice of you. You're cool. You're cool. Black Sun Zenith. What set are you? Ooh, it's in the Commander product? Well, then I have one. I just haven't opened it yet. Awkward. Tear open the deck and just rip through it to find one card. Throw the rest over on the side. Contagion Engine. So here, I call these Commander Boomer cards because there is a whole era of Commander up until about 2020 where I just ignored the format completely. So your Commander Boomer cards mean nothing to me. What's this? I think I have this secret layer. I do have this secret layer. Don't I? I'm not positive. Why would I have this secret layer? But I think I do. Is that even a good card? I mean, I guess it is. It's so expensive. Like, isn't that insanely expensive? Pull out the binder. Dude, my secret layer binder. My secret layer binder is, it's a lot to scroll through, okay? Contamination isn't boomer. Let's see. Let's see. I'll be the judge of this. What do you mean it's not boomer? I played this when I was a teenager. The hell is this? Ursa Saga not boomer? Get out of here. You're cut from the team. GM Lazarus, thank you very much for 4 months. Appreciate you. Off the team. You keep an electronic database of your cards? No, but I try to collect full sets. So if the card was in the set, I know I have it. Defile sounds smart. Defile and dismember sounds smart. Which member? So basically we want things to die with 0 toughness or less. Because every time that happens, we draw a card. Tragic Slip, that is a good call. I just got the special guest version. I opened one yesterday. Ooh la la. Languish. You know what I hate about Languish? Killing my commander. It kind of bums me out. Not gonna lie. That bums me out a lot. Invasion of Innistrad does the same. No. 4 mana and 1 mana are different. Is it Blood Artist deck? Is everything black a Blood Artist deck? I don't know if we're aristocratsy. I don't own a Henny's expertise. That does sound like a cool call, but I don't own one. Do you keep all your decks and EDH decks together? Not really. I put them all away. I'm working this year. I'm gonna try to keep together the ones that I really like and try to tech them up and make them the best versions with a lot of cool artworks in them. So I'm gonna try to pick my favorites and treat them really well, so I don't have to build a new deck every time I go to a command fest. What is this Necro Skitter? Last try my butt. You'll be here all night. I know you. Boomer Commander card. I advise you to keep a deck on all power levels. Look, I don't want to play around. I don't want to be in games for 4 hours at Command Fest. I want to be like, wham, bam, thank you, person. On to the next one. Only 9s at Command Fests. Smack them and move on. That's how I commander. Why on earth would I have a 6 with me when I don't want to play with you for 2 hours? Shambling Ghast. I love Shambling Ghast too, but seems a little slow. Isn't there like a partner commander or something? Maybe it requires you to discard like an artifact, and it gives like target creature minus this, minus that every time it attacks. It's like Armix, right? But it requires you to discard an artifact, doesn't it? Slam a Ragavan. You slam a Ragavan. Ooh, Jitte? Say no more. Say no more. All right. Does anybody have a Planeswalker that dishes out minus X, minus X? One of the Lilianas does, right? Which one? Which of you? Wait, what? What you? The 7-mana one puts a -1/-1 counter on one target creature. 7-mana Planeswalker +2 put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature. Now that's a gamer. That's not even a 6. I can't even do that in this deck as a 6. That's like a 3. Memely. Oh my god. That's so bad. That's so bad. All right, what do you do? Dark Realms, -3. Target creature gets -X, where X is the number of swamps you control. The +1 is search your library for a swamp and put it in your hand. That's value. Who are you? And what printings do you have? More importantly, secret lair drop. What secret lair? What secret lair? I have this. I do have this. You're coming with me. You're coming with me. My Queen of Darkness. Let's go. There we go. Oh, gorgeous. That's the perfect Liliana for this one. Perfect Liliana. All right, so things that dish out the -1/-1 counters, we're getting there. Like we're up to 52 off 36 land. Isn't that Liliana just Black Cough Fire of Resistance? How dare you use the word just? Isn't that just in association with my queen? It will be banned. It will be banned to the Shadow Realm. Heck no. She's a queen and that's how she shall be treated. I wish I could like Virtue of Persistence. I really do. It's a fine card. I don't know that we want it in this deck. What does Profane Command do? What you do? Target player loses X life. Return creature mana value X or less. Target creature gets -X/-X. Oh, I mean, if it were a Coffers deck, maybe. I don't like this because it's 2 mana. It's too expensive. It's too expensive. Shieldred? Do we want to make our opponents mad? Hey, look, we got to end these games, man. Shieldred might not be a card that... this card might be on the edge of like something that raises your deck's power level. It certainly sends a message that I don't care about your feelings, but it definitely tries to finish the game, and I love that. My phone! Can't talk right now. Streaming. Does mean I have to go pretty soon. I know, sad. Let's see if we can get this deck done. I love Decree of Pain. Decree of Pain makes me so happy. First Strike is good with Wither. How do you recommend I give my black creatures First Strike? Bolus's Citadel. That is one of those power level cards that's bigger than a 6. Phyrexian Arena is good on its magic. I love it. Can do that. That's good on a 6 magic, right? Cryptghast or Crick. Yeah, I also think any of those those are pretty high as soon as you're like breaking your mana wide open that way. Incremental Blight from Shadowmoor. I don't have cards from Shadowmoor lying around. I ain't got that. How do you determine power level? I did a whole talk about it a little earlier, so if you missed that talk, you might want to go watch the whole stream. I wish I could tell you exactly when. Do you play League? No, I do not. Not yet. Yet is such a loaded word for a streamer. Yep, we've got the Tragic Slip. We've got it. I'm wondering though, do I need more minus stuff? Crippling Fear is interesting because we're probably naming... I guess we don't have to name Human or Assassin, right? Because we have 4 toughness. Maybe it is Crippling Fear. I do have Meat Hook in here. Appreciate how transparent you've been with your audience. Thank you. Appreciate that. Plenty of comments pouring in today from that video. They're not all nice, but I appreciate the overwhelming amount of nice ones. Ooh, Cemetery Desecrator is I remember I don't, where was I thinking? I was thinking I wanted that card, and yeah, thank you for the reminder. That's a good one. Cemetery Desecrator is a baller, all right? And it's definitely a card I have because I have a complete Crimson Vow set. I wish I didn't have to play Gray Merchant. It's so done, but you're right, it's good. We're not playing any loops that like make it busto, right? Put on the hater blockers. Ah, dude, they find you. They find you in the night, in the darkness. Ooh, Mutilate. Good call. I have a Mutilate somewhere. What was Mutilate in? Yeah, Warhammer. Yeah, I've got one of those. Is Villas too OP? Probably not. It's like 8 mana, right? So what's Villas do? It's been a while. I know I have one. -1/-1 until end of turn. Ah! Yeah! This is so many cards. This is stupid. I love it. Blowfly. What is a blowfly infect? Why am I looking? You guys, you're really just throwing. You're making up magic cards now. What is this? Whenever creatures point to a graveyard, add a -1/-1 card. This is another Commander Boomer card. It's a good call, but I don't own one. Nobody does. I know it's asking a lot for you guys to know what cards I own. I have everything, I believe. I have everything except for Infinity from Zendikar Rising onward. Or whatever the last Zendikar was. Is it Zendikar Rising? There's 3 Zendikars. It's the most recent Zendikar. It's the Omnath, 4-color Omnath Zendikar. I have everything from that forward. That's what sponsors are for. Well, we're working on that. My sponsors don't always have inventory of all the BS I want. I don't want Invasion of Innistrad in the deck, you know? For one thing, it's an invasion. I think those cards are weird. I already have Dismember and Defile hanging out. They're doing great. That's the kind of stuff we like, you know? Toxrill can't be included because this is not a blue-black deck. That's not how color identity works. You're recommending something I can't play. I don't own a Dead of Winter. I do love Snuff Out and Deadly Rollick. Those I think are both cards we want in the deck, even though they don't necessarily make our commander go pop. Bowmasters? Bowmasters. Wait, what? Wither on Bowmasters is devastating. Creatures you control have Wither. Oh, snap. That might be too good, but Bowmasters isn't on the list of too powerful cards. It's one of those cards where its power level skyrockets in a more powerful pod, but it's kind of okay if people aren't drawing a million cards. That is really evil, though. I mean, I love Rise of the Dark Realms. I do. I just don't see a reason to play it in this more than anything else, but you know. Well, you can try it. Guys, we are limited to things I own. That seems to be something some of you keep missing, because you keep suggesting cards even after I've told you I don't own them. I think I have one of these. Yeah, I have one of these. And I know it's a lot to ask you guys to know what I own. I know that's silly, but we're making it work so far. We're getting work done. I love the card Reanimate in basically every commander deck, so I'm down for that. Throw in Braids. This doesn't seem like a Braids deck to me. Black Sun's Twilight. It's like a way to kill a thing and reanimate something of yours. It is really expensive, but it is a card I own that works with my commander. I don't have a million of those. There it is. Dark Ritual. I think that's kind of a power level push. I like the Drown in Ichor suggestion even more than Grasp of Darkness because of the Proliferate. Drown in Icky. Let's get that in there. Somebody mentioned Carnifex Demon. This is going to be such a boomer card. I can feel it. This is such a Commander Boomer card. This is such a piece of, yep. Look at that. Look at the printings. Jumpstart and Scars of Mirrodin. I think I just got one of those sitting around. Oh man. Oh man. But we're doing good. What's the worst possible gonna be? I like the idea that the worst possible is Massacre Girl with Massacre Girl. I love how it also says each creature other than Massacre Girl gets -1/-1. I wish that included this Massacre Girl based on flavor alone, but it doesn't. But yeah, I want to draw a whole bunch of cards. There's no real way to make this immune though. Like you could throw a ghost form on it, you could bring it back from the dead, but then the triggers for Massacre Girl just keep going. Real talk, guys. Do we have ways to give my opponents a whole bunch of little creatures so more stuff dies? Like I have this card. I kind of want this card. I want a 2-mana 7/7 trample that gives out 2 creatures. Clackbridge. Do I own a Clackbridge? What set is this? It depends on the set. Eldraine. I don't believe I own a Clackbridge Troll. I have not made it back to Eldraine yet. That's too bad. That's like a year away. Rat Saga. What's the Rat Saga? You remember what that's called? It's like tribute to Hirobi? But you gain them back, right? You get them back. Oh, what's the new card that gives them dogs? What's the backside of this? Flying Haste, Echo, gain control of all rats. Whenever you attack, you may sacrifice a creature to draw a card. I don't like that. There's, what's the new thing that gives out dogs? Brute, Bone Brute. Yeah, new card hype, right? Let's get the Bone Brute in there. Where is this card? Hunted Bone Brute. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent creates 2 1/1 white dog creature tokens. When it dies, each opponent loses 3 life. Oh, it's so mean. It's so mean. You think I should run Forbidden Orchard and Slaughter Specialist? I kind of love this. I'm not gonna run the Bell and Urborg. That's too mean. You're going over the power ceiling we're going for. So you can stop with that particular spam. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent gets a human. It's perfect. I do own the Bell. I have a complete set of Revised. That's the oldest set I've collected. And one of the first things I built was Toxrill, Bell, Urborg as like my game-winning combo. And guess what? I didn't make friends. Genesis Chamber, I think I own from my days playing Yawgmoth. This is also one of the first decks I built. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, if this is untapped, that creature's controller makes a 1/1. I don't know, man. I think that's pretty sick. I think the idea of give them a bunch of 1/1s and then kill them all so I can draw an insane amount of cards is sick. Are you guys feeling this now? Let's get a Reliquary Tower in here. We're going to be drawing so many cards, right? Right? Knight of Souls Betrayal. I do not own one. Is War Room too strong? I don't even think War Room is good. Some people aren't going to like that, but honestly, I don't even think it's good. I think War Room is one of the ultimate trap cards in Magic history. I would only play it in a colorless deck. Yeah, I love Clackbridge Troll, but I don't own one. Let's get a Blood Artist in there, though. Now we're handing out creatures and making them die. That seems pretty nuts. Ooh, the Bastion. You're right. Let's get Karn's Bastion in here. Let's proliferate those -1/-1 counters. Do I have one of these? I don't know. Yeah, we gotta start working on staples. We're up to 73, so we can get into staple mode. Night's whisper, inside and blood. Dousing Dagger, I wish I owned one. I would go for that. I love Morbid Opportunist. What's the other one? Harvester of Souls. It's expensive, but every time I have this card, every time this card's in play, I feel like they win, you know? Endbringer? Endbringer pings, right? But I have to have colorless mana? Yeah, this card. It's good with my commander. I'm not willing to run the amount of colorless it would probably take to cast it. I like Staff of Completion, but I think when you play it in a black deck, your life total go down too fast. That's been my experience. You have to be a little more mindful. I'm not gonna do the Endbringer. We need a Soul Ring. Nerds, why didn't you suggest that one? Arcane Signet. Do I have to do everything myself? The Thought Vessel in there. Jet Medallion, yeah. Wayfarer's Bobble Deck? Solemn. Think so. The Witches? Dude, I don't know if I have a Witches. Let's check the printings. I thought there was a recent one. Oh, wait. This is in Commander. What is that? Commander Legends? Maybe I do have one. Hold on. Let me get my Commander Legends set. Like a 900 card set, and I can't remember if I actually... I think I completed all of the new cards, but I'm not sure about the reprints. Oh snap, there it is. There it is. I got it. Cool. Archfiend of the Dross. Actually, that sounds really mean. Soul Ring is pushed by WotC. Guys, I hate to tell, like, I gotta break it to you, like, they made all these cards. Every good card was pushed by WotC at some point. They made them all. Weirdos. All right, Charcoal Diamond. I know, they made this game. Whack. Do we have enough ramp pieces? We need a little more ramp. Worn Power Stone. Is this a dynamo deck? Do I have enough uses for colorless mana? I got a lot of uses for colorless mana, actually. I love the dynamo. I also love Gilded Lotus, but there are better ones, right? You run enough swamps? Yeah, Throne of Eldraine. That's the new one. What's the one from Warhammer? Anybody remember? It's a Warhammer card. It's an artifact. 4 mana. It taps for 3 mana of a color if you have, I think, 3 lands with the same name. Something Scepter. That Scepter of Eternal Glory. 4 mana, tap for 1 mana of any color. Add 3 mana of one color only if you have 3 or more lands with the same name. That's our gamer. Yeah. Felwar. You're right. We gotta get the Felwar Stone. Felwar Stone's here to play. Celestis. I don't know about Celestis. How many legendaries we got? Can we run Relic of Legends in this sucker? We do run some pretty good legendaries. I don't like rituals in 6s. I think that rituals at lower power level have an adverse effect on the game, because if you're running a deck at the appropriate power level for your table at a 6 or 5, you know, precon and upgraded precon level, and you cast Dark Ritual and cast your thing, that thing you cast probably won't close the game. If it does, it was probably too powerful. And if it's not going to close the game, it's just going to make you the target. Everybody will beat the hell out of you, kill your thing, and then smash you for doing that. And so I'm very opposed to Dark Ritual culling the weak, even like Mana Vault at this power level. Like, just don't do that stuff. It will get you killed. It has been my experience. I think Nykthos and Cabal Coffers fall into that same kind of category at this power level. Lens? I don't want to do Lens. I don't like the card disadvantage. It's almost like a ritual itself. Ooh, can I run Invoke Despair? Will my friends hate me? Oh, it's so mean. And I love it so much. I'm giving them stuff to sacrifice. Does that make Invoke Despair bad? I think it does. I think it makes Invoke Despair real bad, if I'm being real. Yeah, it's target player. I know. I just love it. So Torment is another one of those things that feels a little too powerful. Shay, get out. The hell are you doing in here? This is my technology I'm working on. I'm going to crush you mercilessly with it. I can't have you peeping in here, Shay. Shay's on Twitch, by the way, for the YouTube crowd. Everybody rushing over to Twitch now. You finally figured out how to get them off YouTube. Thank you. Oh man. Yeah, she pre-boarding. She gonna anti-meta me now. Why the Slaughter Specialist? Jan, I can't explain it with Shay here. If I explain it with Shay here, she'll know what's coming. Well, so the idea is you give all your opponents 1/1s and then you kill them all with cards like Massacre Worm and Massacre Girl, and you draw a bunch of cards with your Massacre Girl, just in case they aren't playing enough little creatures themselves. That's why. Don't tell her. Over went back. Thank you for the 25 months. I appreciate you. Plague Spitter? Nah. Isn't there a Plague Mare? A horsey? Do I own one of these? M19. It's only M19. I do not, but they made a new version. It's Nightclubber. That's the Capenna version of the card, right? Yeah. That's our jam right there. That's our jam. Happy you're not retiring? Dude, I'm retiring as soon as this stream is over. I've had it. This is the breaking point. Shay sneaking into my chat, trying to pre-meta for me as I'm building my deck. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Grave Pact is too mean for this power level. It's very not fun to have everybody sacking their creatures all the time. But let's get the Shieldred's Edict in here. I think that it's good as a limited effect, right? I actually think that cards like Sheldred's Edict and Liliana Triumph are really good in Commander because they hit everybody, right? Yeah, Karavek is another one I don't really want to play. Tevish Zat, like the Doom of Fools that sacks like your little thralls and draws cards. I love this card. Like this Planeswalker brings me great joy, but in its own deck. It tries too much to be the star in these decks. And damn it, Massacre Girl's the star. Nobody else. Nobody else. Phyrexian Obliterator? I don't see why that's any good. Fiesta the Glorious Reanimator, it's fine. But like all of these are like okay cards. And you can put them in your deck if you want. They're just not, you know, I mean, they're just fine. We can do better than fine, can't we? Are we not the greatest and best Magic players in the world come together? Our brilliant minds for this purpose? Can't we do better than fine? I love Whip of Erebos. I love Whip of Erebos in mono black decks. I just put it in every mono black deck. I do adore the card. Yeah. Oh, beautiful card. Boots or Greaves? So protecting my commander from spot removal is nice. I don't have a lot of other ways to target her. I think that makes Greaves a good idea. Dead of Winter is a great card. I don't own one. What are we lacking the most right now? I feel like our commander is built around card draw from making things die. So if we're executing our game plan, things will die. We have more removal than normal because of that too. We have a good amount of ramp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, that's doing it. It might be, I mean, a green deck would have more, but we're lower on options. I guess 13 if you want to count Solemn. We're doing all right there. Black Market Connection, I'm just like, that's in so many decks. I don't need it in my generic mono black deck that has no real use for it. Does that make sense? Don't worry, Ben will protect your win con. Yeah, he will probably. Probably will. Oh no. Psychosis Crawler? No, I've got Children. I don't need that. I don't need that. Pestilent Haze, too cute. I think so. Let's add a few just mega like win the game stuff, so that when we get to the late game ends, let's get Breach the Multiverse in here, and let's get Bringer of. Oh wait, Bringer of the Last Gift is like living death, right? They get their stuff back. Wait, but that's good if we're getting back Massacre Girl or Massacre Worm, right? And we just kill them all again, and we get all those death triggers again. Oh, that sounds nice. Torment, wrong power level. Why the 1 of 500 Blight Dragon? Because I have one. I have a cereal one. I just don't remember what cereal it is, and I want to play it. Where are you, Skittles? March, right? It was in March. I think I have it. Now I'm curious what number I have. I can't remember. Ooh. I have one of these Shieldreds. Serial Shieldred. Yeah. It was from Aftermath, right? Got one of those. That's fun. Those aren't cheap. I opened that. Are you proud of me, Mom? Okay. 155. 155 cereal. Anything to double death triggers. Is that like a Drivnod? Is that how that would work? How does this work with Roaming Throne? Does it work the way you want it to? And how about with Drivnod? Does it work the way you want it to? So Drivnod is... if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So you would draw more cards, right? Okay, how about the Roaming Throne? If I have a Roaming Throne, the chair, and I name Assassin, or probably more likely Human, this would say chosen type in addition to other types. If a triggered ability of a creature you control of the chosen type triggers, it triggers an additional time. So that's a draw 2 when something with toughness less than 1 dies. Now that's baller material, you know? That's pretty cool. That's busted. That's busted. I don't think Castle Locthwain is good in Commander. I mean, same rant as War Room. Shay, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna steal all of my Trixies. You're not gonna let me do anything cool. You're gonna foil my plans. Ah! How many spots are left? One spot. Skull Clamp. I don't understand. Why would I clamp anything here? I don't have a lot of things I want to clamp. I will never forgive you for the I'm retiring video. Really? You won't? Seems like you're here watching me anyway. You're one of those people who says you're quitting Magic every day, aren't you? It's okay. I understand. I like the idea of Arcfiend of the Dross. Yahenni could grow big. It could, but is that what we want? The problem with Yahenni is the indestructibility doesn't protect it. If we sweep the board with a minus effect, it's still going to kill the Yahenni. The wave of content creators retiring lately. Any magic ones? Or are you just talking about like other YouTubers? That's just me. I'm just following the meta. If I had a Yahenni's expertise, I would put that in. What do you have for protection from the commander? Not much. This is not a commander that I expect will hit the board, sit on the board. This is a commander that I expect you play, you do the big thing. And then it's back to the command zone. Or leave it in the graveyard. Pull it out with something else. "22 creatures isn't enough?" Oh, it's plenty. I usually only run 18. You have a guaranteed creature every game. How many more do you need? Grizzlebrand. Yeah, great suggestion. We mentioned Clackbridge Troll earlier. I would have loved to add that, but nah. I don't need more Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers in Commander, aka fodder. I like the idea of the Arcfiend, but I'm going to leave one spot open, and we're going to peepee now. I said that wrong. We're going to peek at EDH Rec. Slice from the shadows. Vein Ripper. Soul Cleaver. Oh. Dude, this card is so good. It's so good. It would be awesome too with Massacre Girl, because her ability just keeps triggering, but you keep getting +1/+1 counters. And I mean the OG Massacre Girl. Oh, this card is so good. I've only played it twice. Each time I've played it, I've attacked somebody for more than 20. Card is cracked. Whenever an artifact or creature is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, doesn't matter who controls it, doesn't matter if it's a token, doesn't matter what kind of artifact, doesn't matter what kind of creature. Whenever an artifact or creature is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on equipped creature. Every time I've had this card, I've attacked somebody for 20. You don't have it on Massacre Girl. Massacre Girl doesn't give herself -1/-1, so the OG doesn't. So you would want this on the other Massacre Girl, you know, the latest known killer version, so that she keeps getting bigger. That's what you want. Oh, look, says Resident of Nephalia. The two cards I've been spamming over and over are the top two synergy cards. I don't know how many times I can tell you this. I don't own them. This is why this is why I'm retiring. Just proxy it. Hashtag too sponsored to proxy currently. There was a time where I would have been, I would agree, but I'm currently too sponsored to proxy. This is why no questions. Why not buy them? I have to record on Wednesday. I have to record soon. It's too soon. But I think we got our last card. That's Soul Cleaver, man. That is quality. It's Sunday, Lamau. Yeah, have you tried shipping something to you lately? I bought overnight shipping on something last week. I still don't have it. Hashtag scammed by overnight shipping. You don't live, you don't understand. You don't live in Northern Michigan. You don't get it. It's okay. You live in your little bubble where there's an Amazon warehouse in your back freaking yard and somebody just rides up on their bike with your Prime delivery package. All right. Me, I'm in the boondocks. I'm out in the country. I don't get packed. They don't even bring stuff to my door. I have to make arrangements to like go meet people to get deliveries in the winter. They won't even come down my driveway. They're scared that it's snowy. They're scared that it's not paved. They're scared that, you know? So like, you don't understand. You don't get it. It's fine. Do you know what it's like to be a content creator? Locked in the frickin' frigid Northland? You know nothing of my world. The Dragonborn, 7 months in a row. Thank you for the Twitch support. I was a Florida man. It was amazing. I got stuff the next day and I didn't even pay for upgrades. Are you kidding me right now? But I left the Florida life behind to be back here in this studio hanging out with you guys. Because streaming down there was actually kind of a nightmare. Like using my iPad as a monitor was not good for my eyes. I think we did it. I like our deck. I am a fan. I would run this Massacre card, but I don't own that either. Ooh, Terror Tide. X is the number of permanents in your graveyard. Not reliable. Not a reliable way to play Magic the Gathering. You'll draw it and you'll have nothing in your graveyard. Nothing. I don't even play Arena anymore, but I still watch your videos to chill. Ah! I need to put up a poll at some point. I want to know how many people don't play Arena and still watch my stuff. I know it's not 0. I doubt it's more than 10%, but it might be. It really might be. I get those comments all the time. I don't play Arena anymore, but I watch your stuff. Blows my mind, but yeah, I get it. I get it. There have been a lot of times in the last year I don't want to play Arena. Arena, man, Arena used to be, I've done whole rants on this before. Forgive me if it comes off too negative, but Arena used to be the Wizards' shiny new toy, man, and now it's the afterthought where we have visual bugs that get to hang out for a month. And I hope it has some of that, you know. I hope it still has enough of that pizzazz that people still enjoy it. I hope Wizards does take good care of it in the long term. All right, any of these lands gonna make it? I mean, I like lands like Shizo, but I don't see a big need for unblockability in this version of the deck. Just don't see it. Not necessary. Not necessary. I think I got the landscape in there, right? Here's the problem. 31 snow-covered swamps, first of all. We didn't run anything snow-covered, so we don't need that. But 31? 31 is a cursed number. Nobody has 31 of anything. I feel like, name one famous number 31 in sports. You can't do it. You can't do it. 31. It's got to be, we need like 33, 32, 30, 29. These are all acceptable, but there's no 31. It's just, oh, Reggie Miller? Never mind, we're good. 31's not a cursed number. Although Reggie never did win a title, did he? Tragic. Tragic. What a... That's just a robbery, man. I lived in Indy for, was it 5 years? 6 years? I think I did 6 years, Indianapolis. Yeah. That'd be like 2006 to 2012. Peyton Manning, Reggie Miller, you don't mess with that. You don't mess with that. One of my favorite NBA games of all time, my Detroit Pistons playing against the Pacers. Reggie Miller's last game. Oh my God, it was beautiful. Beautiful. I was very sad that he, you know, it was so sad to see him go, but they sent him out. They sent him out good. The fans treated him the way he deserved, you know? Guy who was stuck with the Pacers through his whole career. Brings a tear to my eye, man. The only other thing that comes close as far as NBA retirement games was Kobe Bryant's. That's the only other one that like gets me like that, you know? Like brings a tear to my eye. Now you got me thinking about retirement and retirement basketball games, and I just want to cry. I'm like, too strong. There's only one way to fix it. I'm gonna go get my cat. Be right back. As I'm sure a number of you missed, today is Catter Day, officially. We got a new cat today. And that's why I didn't get my video done. And that's why I'm behind on my work. Woo! And Maya here is feisty, and she's a sweetie. If you want more views on your content, you should shamelessly exploit your pets for views. People tell me this. My experience has been, and I don't enjoy it. By the way, thank you, Strider, for the raid. Check out Strider Stone on YouTube and on Twitch. But I don't enjoy it. And here's why. Because at points in my career, I have tried it. And I learned things I didn't want to learn. I learned that there are people out there who hate cats and dogs. They hate puppies. And you know what? Just as proof that the internet is cursed, they also leave comments on videos. Just as proof that we can't have nice things without somebody taking a royal shit on it. There are people who are like, dude, get your freaking puppy off my screen and play the game. I'm not making this up. I had a cat named Angel. She passed away many years ago now. I'm not sure how many, to be honest. It might be like 7 years. No, it wouldn't be that long. I had my channel. My channel was pretty new, like 5 years ago. Like 5 years ago, my angel passed away, and that was when I was trying to keep the streak going. So it was one of the first days when I really didn't want to make a video. I was very sad. And I made a video anyway. And it was an angel deck. And I didn't, you know, I was definitely off my game. You could tell I was kind of sad playing the deck, and the deck didn't do particularly well, but I recorded about a half hour of content with it. And at the end of the video, I put a picture of my cat on the screen. This is not, I didn't say anything about it till the end. And I said that I was very sad because I lost my cat today. And that was it. And then the video ended. Some of you might remember it. There are comments. You can go look if you want to. I mean, actually, they're probably not there anymore. I probably blocked them as I should. But there were comments on that video that were very much like, what the hell is wrong with you? Shut up and play. And it was very sad. It was very sad. And that's when I learned you both suck, and this is why we can't have nice things. But ignore them, right? It's okay. And now we got a new kitten. This is our first lady cat back in the house since Angel in 2019. Gina's in the chat. She reminded me it was 2019. And her name is Maya. I was pushing hard for Jinx. So she's Maya Jinx. I thought Jinx was going to be a really good name. And I don't know, maybe she'll get in some videos. She's a little camera shy, but we're trying to break her in because this is a content creating household. And you don't get no free rides. You got to get in the content. Are you mouthing off to me, young lady? Come here. The people need you. The people need their kitty. She is such a spitfire. She's so wild. She has energy. Anyway. Maya, say goodnight to the streamers. Daddy has to go. It's been a good day. I hope you enjoyed the deck building stream. A lot of you watched it, and I appreciate you for that. I didn't expect that many people to watch it. So that's a good start to our trying different things and streaming more of the work I put into the content, such as Worst Possible and things like that. So good job. Give yourselves a hand for being here. And thank you to those who contributed and helped me make a cool Massacre Girl deck, because that's going to make my job a lot easier that I already have the layout built and I just have to throw it together and bring it to the show. So, all right, Maya, say good night. We're going to call it an evening. Try not to hit the button on the keyboard. Love you guys. Bye. Oh yeah, you're cool.